So we've got something a bit different in this week. We've got this 2001 Honda NSX. As you know, we specialise in Mercedes, but I do have a soft spot for Hondas. I own a few, and I also did my apprenticeship there. So I worked on this car at my previous job at RA Performance and did some modifications to it, and I've got the opportunity to work on it again. So it's recently done quite a lot of track days. It's been to Nürburgring, it's been to Spa a couple of times. So it's now in for a check over. We're going to show you what we found, and then we're also going to show you the parts that we've got to go on it. So this is a 3.2, it's a 6-speed manual made in 2001. So it's one of the last of the pop-up headlight cars before they changed the front end. Very rare being a yellow car. 3.2 6-speed also makes it very rare. It's not an NSXR, although it looks like one. It's had the wheels and the seats done. Similar to an R, and it's not any of the limited models. It's not a Zanardi, it's not a Type S or a Type 0. So it's actually a very rare spec car. First, I'm going to show you underneath the car and show you the issues that we found. The first issue we found with this car is the customer's recently done a track day at Spa and worn the front brake pads down to the metal. The inner pad has then eaten into the disc. So it will need new front disc and pads. This car's got a Tarox 6-pot caliper and a 2-piece disc. So we've ordered new disc and pads from Italy. The car's also got excessive play in the front lower ball joints. We looked into ordering these from Honda, but they were never available separate to the hub, which is now discontinued. So we have managed to find a new pair of hubs that have been machined to take new upper and lower ball joints. So all of the ball joints on the front end will get replaced. As you can see, even though this car gets used almost daily and driven on track, it is really an immaculate example. And then coming to the rear, driver's side rear inner CV boot is split and sprayed grease. So we will replace that. There's a couple of minor issues. It's got a rocker cover gasket leaking, so we're going to do that. Also need a pair of rear tyres. It's currently on AR1s. The fronts have got plenty of tread on, so we'll get a pair of AR1s to go on the rear. And then after all that, we will get it aligned and it should be good for another track day. These are the parts we've sourced for the car, which did take a couple of weeks. Some of the parts from Honda discontinued, but luckily they do still have stock in Japan. Genuine oil filter, sump washer, rocker cover gasket, and a CV boot kit. It's a good idea to buy the kit because it comes with the hub nut, the little circlip, and all the CV boots. The CV boot clips. Front wiper blades, just because they're smearing slightly. We got the pads from Tarox. The rear calipers are the original Honda calipers. So these are just a Tarox pad, matches their upgraded disc. And then the front is the 6-pot. So we've gone for the Tarox endurance pads. New rotors on the front because the original ones are damaged, and then new hardware to build it all. And then finally the hubs, which we sourced from NSX UK, which are a pair of hubs from another NSX, which have been machined to take a new ball joint in the upper and the lower, which solves the issue of the ball joints not being available. So we will have to swap the wheel bearing and the ABS sensor and everything over, but at least now these ball joints are available. If it ever needs any in the future, they'll be easy to replace. So we've got the new hub fitted on the driver's side. The lower ball joint is an upgraded ball joint, so it's got a 14mm thread rather than the original 12mm thread. So it came with a machined insert. So I had to remove the original insert from the lower arm, put the new one in, and then just drill out the washer on the top slightly so that it fits over the thread, and then a new M14 castle nut. So this side is all built back together. I'm just gonna rebuild the discs, and then this can all be fitted up. I'm just waiting on a castle nut for the other side, and then that side can all go back together as well. So we've got new rotors to go on, as the original pads wore down to the metal and damaged the inner face of the rotor. So we reuse the bowl from the original disc, and then we're going to rebuild these with all new hardware, get them torqued up and get them fitted to the car. We've got this side all back together, the new hubs on with the new upper and lower ball joint, new rotor on the discs. We've got Tarox endurance pads. We're going to bleed the brake fluid with Motul RBF 700. and we just need to rebuild the other side. And the last thing we're waiting on is the arch liners, which are coming from Japan. We're gonna stiffen the KW suspension slightly and also raise it slightly, because last time when the car was at the Nürburgring, it was just slightly too low and it was catching the arch liners. So as soon as they arrive, we'll get that back on and it'll all be good. The NSX is all done. We've given it a bit of TLC before it goes to the Nurburgring this weekend. So it's had new front hubs with upper and lower ball joints, new front brake discs and pads, and then rear pads. We've also put a pair of AR1s on the rear as they were worn. And the AR ones on the front are still good, so it's now got a good matching set. We have changed the oil with Motul 8100 and a genuine oil filter. We've bled the brakes with RBF 700 from Motul. Front rocker cover gasket, as that was weeping slightly. Put a set of wiper blades on it, and then we've had it all aligned and set up ready to go. And then once this one goes back, we have another NSX, which is something a little bit interesting that we will show you in another video.